All right, let's go. Good morning. Cool. So today is Thursday. Not a lot of news today, just some USD and stuff, which is going to be really interesting because yesterday we had FOMC and the impact was obviously it had a great impact on the currency pair. So we'll have a look at that. That's today, and then tomorrow we don't have a lot either, but just in the afternoon we do have some USD and some CAD news. So will be interesting to see how we end off the last trading day of the month and the last trading day of the week as well. So yeah, and then next week when we do the London session, we'll do a top down from the monthly, and then we'll see how July has closed. So let's actually start off with Euro USD. We've been following this all week. Actually, let's start off with DXY. So finally, okay, cool. Finally, we broke that lower time frame break of structure. Okay, so now we are back to bearish. So we tapped in. This was the 3-day supply that we tapped into. We failed to push in a new low. Okay, but here we had a accumulation. All this accumulation did was to just basically get us back up into this area here. And go ahead and delete that. Okay, and we can see the distribution taking place. I mean, we could also look at this one. And that makes our trending range. Okay, and this is our test. We can see that definitely test trade well below 50%. This is our UT. And then this is our UTAD. Okay, and whenever this is going to stop, this is going to be our major sign of weakness. Somewhere in here. Okay, so we can see this is forming something, and you know, we kind of knew because let's look at this, right? So as soon as price tapped into the into coming into supply, look how long price spent. All right, so we broke here yesterday. So the price took 40 days. It's just been fluctuating 40 days up and down. So think about, you know, think about all the people that's looking at this and thinking, you know, it's gonna go up, or think about all the people looking at this and saying, you know what, it's making high, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. So think about, you know, everyone who's trying to buy here, for example. So, you know, definitely cleared the liquidity that was sitting in here. But we still got a long way to go to push in to pushing that structure low now. So this is what matters really. That okay, those two positions. This no okay. Mm, cool. So again, we'll just watch it. As I said, it will be interesting to see how July closes. Okay, again, nothing about this is screaming bullish yet. We did have obviously a June bullish month, but July seems to be closing it down. Um, cool. Right, let's look at EU now. Okay, so with EU, right? So what happened is we have come outside of that trading range. This is our slingshot now. Um, and we can see the accumulation, right? We can see that. Now for me, I will need price to go above here. So yeah, I'll order that. So supply. Okay, so I'm gonna let this accumulation. So far, this accumulation has only broken order flow once, twice, and then helped come outside of the trading range, which is great. But I will really need it to take out the supply before we can do anything. So in the meantime, we're gonna look at this candle here. Oh, actually, we looked at this yesterday, I think. So this might be the night. Yeah, there you go. Because I was backtesting this move, this news move. Um, this was the candle, 80% stop loss below, and you would have gained like something like a 600 pips or something. So no, okay, no, just be that 97 one then. No, 97 is the other one. Okay, so we can see this is the slingshot then. The slingshot. I need an accumulation in here. Okay, so because now we have come outside of that trading range, it's gonna be STB. This would be our test. No, lost one is lost one is support. Okay, and then this here, pushing a new high, come back in, pushing another new high. This will be our last point of support again. So this is what we could be looking for an accumulation. Again, just gonna have to wait. There you go. Okay. So the only reason why I still favor the supply to be taken is because we can come up here and respect supply and then come down like this. And this would just simply be the UA. But if we go ahead and punch in that high, then not only this the jump across the creek, but we've also got a sign of strength, which to me would imply that they have done all the filling up they needed. Okay, and then we can truly come back and play the mitigation game. We don't want to come back and we're trying to play the mitigation game, but they're still trying to fill in orders. Um, so yeah, so we'll let supply get invalidated, um, break that, and then upon the pullback, this is a slingshot, 50%, there's 80% in here. Look for an area in there. So that's that. Still on our list. GBP AED can't really do anything. I'm gonna wait for this intraday level here. All of this is just continuation move. We don't have a clear pullback yet. This could be the start of it, but I'm not gonna anticipate. I'm not gonna guess. GJ. So GJ is still in that slingshot area, but it does seem like we're gonna go and break it. That's fine because we do have the extreme up here, which I could play, and then look for distribution. If not, wait for the break of structure, and then this will be the new intraday low. GBP entered the kind of like same thing, no break of structure yet. GBP USD. So we can clearly see the distribution in here. Okay, that is a clear distribution. We have pushed in a new low, may have respected this. Yep. So lower time frame distribution in here. And then same thing like GJ, if not break of structure, and then play that this area here. So go ahead and delete that. Okay, we're gonna need that now. So this was a slingshot. Slingshot has been taken now. Just have to wait now. That's something for next week anyway. Okay, so NJ. So we looked at this, I think, at the start of the week was the 90-minute. There we go. So we can see the distribution coming in after the redistribution phase. So this is good. We have also pushed in that bearish low. So we're looking for price to come into here. Again, this has taken all week. We've still got about 40, 45 pips to go. We can see the accumulation in here. Now this accumulation will come in handy if we do go and break this high. Okay. Because then we can then be playing the what's it called, reaccumulation. Yeah. So that's that. And you is also coming in. So actually, I'm gonna. So we don't have anything. The colors. NJ is good for today. Good for today. Actually, we'll have a look at that. So same thing like NJ redistribution, pushed in a new low distribution in here. Now price is coming back as the loss connect supply. So ideally we could look to get an entry. I think this was the 8 hour. Yep, there you go. 8 and 12 hours there. Okay, so this only pushed in an order flow low. It didn't break the structure. So if it broke that structure, I could have gone ahead and placed limit, but I'm gonna need to wait for the lower time frame schematic now. Okay, USD CAD again. We had two alerts yesterday. We was talking about how price was calling up. How price was calling up before the news, and guess what happened? This was the news. 7 o'clock something. It was 7:30, I believe. Okay, there you go. 7 o'clock here. Um, took in those equal lows. Now price is coming into this area. I personally don't think this would hold. Simply because DXY is bearish as well, and we're looking for this to get broken. So this gets broken, wait on the pullback, and then we can take it down lower. So I was looking at this yesterday, USDJ, again, same thing, tapped into this lower high, distributed in the lower high, just trying to get, and then we believe we tapped into the 12-hour slingshot. Okay, there you go. But it's just at the hour that this happened, it was at FOMC news. Okay, tapped in at FOMC news, couldn't really look for schematic simply because the price was just, rushing. So would I have to wait and see uh, if we can come back up into the extreme? That'd be great. Right now, it can come back down, make a new low, and I'll wait for that as well. So those are my two areas, two kind of attack. US 30. So US 30 seems to just, I think, turn up. Yeah, there you go. US 30 just seems to be tapping into that imbalance and that open. I was looking for deeper, but it couldn't quite come in. Um, we are seeing some sort of schematic in here, but I'm gonna let price push in that high here, order flow high. A better rate, better yet, even pushing that new high so we can get that low. Yeah, this one. So this was the divergence. So this one, I'm not looking at anything on here because that just pushed in lower, but then I will come back up into it. And yesterday, this was that news. Yeah, this was the news. Nasdaq, however, so with Nasdaq, I was looking slightly differently. So this is the low that's holding that high. We have just tapped into 50% now, maybe for next week or something, or tomorrow even, right? Price could be tapping into here, distribute, and then come down because we have broken lower time frame, and they kind of just make a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then accumulate in here to go and make a new high. Because this is what's holding that structure. So we have to wait and see. Now let's go back up to 8. Interesting. So okay, cool. AU is also doing the same thing, which is coming in nicely. We'll let it do that. I'll have a look at that. Sorry, that was AJ. AJ is coming in for my alert. This is a 2021, which is great. I think this has got better credentials than NJ. Kind of 2014. Okay, so we do have some sort of divergence going on as well, which we'll have to be mindful of. Gonna load up. Oh, sorry, here. Awesome. So I'm looking at AU and I'm looking at NU together, simply because they can move together, and one of them could give you some sort of idea of what the next one might be doing, or what at least they should be doing. Somewhat like DXY and Euro USD. It tries to load. Why is it not loading? Okay, either way, I'm gonna see if I can do it on here. Okay, so look, how we have got, we haven't pushed in that high. And here we have pushed in. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Cool. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens. I think this is the only one that's doing this. AJ has respected the low, NJ has respected, sorry, the high, and NU has also respected, well, so far. But we'll look at this as price is coming into it. 50% is right there. As I said, I don't have a limit or anything like that set. Just watching it, looking for lower time frame. Now another 12-hour was also in here. Okay, you're very close. I want to put those together. Eight and the 12-hour, put it together. Cool. Drop back down. Trying to put like some sort of confluence in there. There's some imbalance in here. Framing imbalance as well. 5 minute, 6 minute. Okay. Just have to wait and see. Right now, obviously the alert went off. I am gonna put an alert here. If you break that, it's gonna be bullish, back to bullish order flow. Okay, we can see them, some sort of accumulation in here. And price tapped in yesterday to mitigate. Okay, but again, we will need to get supply taken first. So we can see price pushing that new low, and that to that, this is the high. There you go. Okay. Once we're pushing above that high, um, we could be looking for price to come back up into here and mitigate some sort. Okay, just have to wait and see on that one. Leave that. Um, so that AJ as well. Yeah, go back to AJ. AJ's got some more. Wanted to look at that area as well. And just throw a while off. Okay, cool. And that one. Yeah, cool. Let's quickly have a look at some of the crypto. Um, okay, for me, I'm still waiting for this to get taken. Same thing with BTC as well, waiting for this high to get taken so we can be back to bullish and then we're going to be playing this area here. Nothing on that, nothing on this either. Yeah, cool. So just waiting, nothing ready on those. With the stocks, I was just looking at Alibaba. Again, this is that last structural point that is holding the intraday structure. And then we can see the order flow coming in into that point of interest. I've got a 2 hour candle that I'm looking at, which is slightly lower, but we can see price has tapped into this. So two things now. Price could come tap into bearish order flow and then pushing a new low, which could activate the order, or we break order flow, wait for the pullback, and then we can go. So get that test or lost fund of support entry. I think that's it. Um, Nothing much on that. This could be a reaccumulation with this being the shakeout there, but we still need for price to come back down lower. This has got a long ways to go. We have broken lower time frame structure now though. Facebook just highs, Google just highs. Okay, cool. So with Netflix, interestingly, this was the previous high, and now price pushed in this high. So this is what's holding it. Okay, and we can also see the distribution phase kicking in, but we just need to get. Okay, we just need to get brick of structure. We don't have any brick of structure yet. This is uh, the brick of structure will be here. Yeah, that's what we need to wait on. And then we can see this. We can see this is a slingshot. Okay, this is the slingshot that caused that break. This continuation move, distribution, get it back down a little bit. So we'll wait and see. Still got time. Nothing on Tesla. And cool. No, nothing. So we just put this. I think those two are, yes, those two just gonna let us know what's happening. And then I don't think this is, let's look at EJ. So we pushed in that. This area is still okay because this goes up, take out supply, it's okay because I'm still gonna look for it to come back in here as the extreme. But we'll just wait on that. So that's it. This one we don't have to look at that today. Okay, cool. There you go. So we've got a couple of them, mostly the New Zealand and the AUD pairs that we're looking at for today. So let's see what happens. Cool. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Right, cool. So I'll put this in the chat as well, and we'll see what happens.